bringing hope the world over. Hope Channel.
Hi there everyone! Kamusta na po kayo? Ngayong araw na ito, isa na naman po tayong masustansya ang ating ihain para sa buong pamilya. Magsama-sama tayo sa loob ng 30 minuto para sa isang malinamnam na ulam na ating pagsasalo-saluhan. Ako po si Zem Ulat.
Ako naman po si Walter Payoyo.
Only here, where we learn how to cook intelligently, cooking smart. Napaka-festive ng ating lutuin sa araw na ito. Sa kulay pa lang ng mga sangkap, paniguradong maiinganyo kayo na matikman ito. Hindi na namin patatagalin pa. Our recipe for today is called Baguio mushrooms with green and red veggies. Sa pangalan pa lang, animoy, may handaan na. Sabik na ba kayong mailista ang mga sangkap? Then, let's start with our recipe for today.
Okay. We have here 4 tablespoons of stir-fry sauce or vegetarian sauce, 2 tablespoons of canola oil, 2 cloves of garlic, pinch of salt, pinch of black pepper. We have here French beans, ito po, onion, and our sweet peas, ito po. 250 grams of young corn, 1 medium size of red bell pepper, 1 carrot, 1 tablespoon of oregano and mint and basil leaf, and we have our mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms, oyster mushrooms, button mushrooms. Okay, Ate Sem, ito na po ang ating mga main ingredients for today. Ayan po.
Okay, alin po ang una nating gagawin?
Unahin po natin ang ating garlic. Ito po. Kuha lang po tayo ng dalawa.
Okay, dalawa.
Ayan po.
So ito na naman po ang pampasarap ng ating lutuin ngayong umaga. Ang bawang na mayaman sa antioxidants.
Ayan po.
Ano pa po?
Ang ating kalan. Saka yung ating onion po.
Ang sibuyas po ay panlaban sa inflammation related to arthritis and asthma. Nagpapababa din ito ng diabetes symptoms at source din ito ng potassium, vitamin B, folate at phosphorus.
Ayan.
So red ngayon ang gagamitin natin.
Red naman po ngayon, ma'am. Para medyo ready. Hot. Ating oil.
Alalahanin po natin na ang canola oil ay naglalaman ng vitamin E, omega-6 and omega-3.
Okay, Ma'am Sem. Ito na po yung ating canola oil.
Yan.
Ayun. Sunod na po agad natin itong ating bawang.
Okay, papupulahin ang bawang
Opo.
para lalong
Brown.
lumabas ang sarap ng amoy ng bawang.
Ayun, pwede na po nating ilagay ang ating sibuyas.
Sibuyas. Alin po ang isusunod
Sunod
natin?
na po natin ang ating young corn.
Okay, ang young corn, masarap din na panghalo sa mga chop suey at iba pang mga menu na ating lulutuin. So, maninipis lang po ang hiwa.
Opo, medyo pa-slant lang.
Pa-slant. So, alin ang isusunod natin?
Ay, yung carrots po. Pwede na po
Ang
natin ilagay
carrots.
itong ating young corn.
Ang carrots na naman ay ito ay masustansya at ito ay mayaman sa carotene and vitamin A which is good for our vision. vitamin C which maintains healthy connective tissue, teeth, and gum. So, lalo siyang nagpapatibay ng ating mga ngipin.
Okay po, dagdagan lang po natin siya ng konting water. Pipilitan po siya natin. Babalatan po siya natin ng mabilis lang. Mga misis and mga mamis, daddies, pag bumibili po tayo ng carrots sa palengke, ma'am, tignan po natin kung mas maganda po sa experience ko po as a cook. Ayun po, kinukuha ko po yung hindi pa hugas. Kasi mas matagal po yung buhay niya.
Oh, so kapareho din siya ng mga kamote, mga patatas.
Kasi ma'am, alam niyo sa palengke, pag naglilinis po sila ng carrots, ginagamit po nila yung brush.
Brush.
Yun po, dun na po natatanggal na yung mga nutrients nung ating carrots.
Okay.
Kaya mas maganda po either hand wash or yung hindi pa po hugas.
Okay.
Ayun po, ang sikreto.
Pero pwede rin po pala, sir, kainin daw yan na may balat. Huhugasan lang
Ayun,
mabuti.
hugasan lang pong mabuti, ma'am.
Okay.
Ayun.
So, para manatili ang nutrients sa carrots.
Ayun. Ito po. Ma'am Sem, isunod na po natin yung ating bell pepper.
So, ang bell pepper, ay tandaan po natin, ito rin ay naglalaman ng vitamin C na makakatulong din sa pampagana rin ng ating pagkain. At akin din ulitin na ito ay masarap kainin kung ito ay sariwa pa o fresh na hindi natin lulutuin.
Sunod na po natin ang ating mga mushrooms. Ma'am Sem, pakiabot po
Okay.
yung ating shiitake.
So, mushrooms, naalala ko, di ba, lagi nating niluluto ang mushroom, pero iba-iba o isa-isa lang ang ginagawa natin sa bawat luto natin. Minsan ay button mushroom lang, minsan naman ay oyster mushroom, at minsan naman ay shiitake mushroom. Pero ngayon, ang mangyayari, naging 3-in-1 sa ating menu. Kasi nagsama-sama ang tatlong klase ng mushroom sa ating menu for today.
Okay. Kasi po, dito po sa Baguio, rich po ang Baguio sa mga mushrooms.
Okay.
Kasi po, malamig, gustong-gusto po ng mga mushrooms yun. Ayun po ang Baguio. Kaya po sikat ang Baguio sa mga mushrooms, Ma'am Sem. Ayun po. Lagyan na po natin ang ating shiitake mushrooms.
Okay,
Ayan po.
mauuna ang shiitake mushroom. Bakit po natin uunahin ang shiitake
Kasi ang
mushroom?
shiitake mushrooms po, medyo dapat po well done po yung pagkaluto natin sa...
Okay. So medyo may katagalan siyang maluto, hindi kagaya nitong dalawang klase.
Ayan po, isunod na po natin itong ating oyster mushrooms.
So, panatilihin natin na fresh din ang ating mushroom. Kapag tayo ay bibili, ang isa pang tip namin para sa mushroom, kung tayo ay bibili, ay tandaan po natin hindi siya basa.
Ayun.
Kailangan siya ay dry para manatili siyang fresh at tatagal pa siya
Ayun.
ng halos isang linggo.
Ma'am Sem, tapos sunod na po natin ang ating vegetarian stir-fry sauce.
Okay.
Ayan po.
So, yan na naman ang pampasarap
Ayun po.
ng ating menu for today.
Basta vegetarian, Ma'am Sem.
Yes,
Masasarap
basta vegetarian.
po. Ayan, Ma'am Sem. Sunod na po natin ang ating salt. And
So, ingatan na naman ang paglagay ng asin.
konti-konti lang po.
Okay.
Pinch
Alalay lang.
Opo. Ayan. And black pepper.
Okay,
Ayan
so konti lang din para
lang.
hindi masyadong
Ayun.
maanghang.
Ayun, Ma'am Sem. Saka isunod na po natin ang ating buttons.
Ano hiwa natin dito, sir?
Yung parang sa pizza, Ma'am. Parang...
Okay, parang sa pizza, para may design.
Ayun.
Yan.
Okay, sunod na po natin, Ma'am Sem. Mga mommies, daddies, ang ating oyster mushrooms. Okay?
Yes.
Yan na po. Bilisan lang po natin yung ating paghalo para po manuot po yung lasa ng ating mga mushrooms. Ayan, Ma'am Sem. Tapos po, ilagay na po natin itong mga carrots. Yung carrots po, bago natin po ilagay itong ating button mushrooms.
Okay.
Ayan po. Ayan, Ma'am Sem. Haluin ko na lang po. Tapos, pwede na po nating ilagay ang ating mga ibang ingredients. Ilagyan po lang natin konti water. Yan po. Konting-konti lang po.
Okay, kaunting tubig lang.
Kung gusto rin po natin, Ma'am Sem, ng mas maraming sabaw, Siyempre, mas marami pong water ang ilagay natin.
Okay.
Yan.
Kasi yung iba kasi, mahihilig kasi sila sa
Ayun.
mga sabaw eh. Pero itong lulutuin kasi natin ay hindi sinabaw ang
Opo.
gulay. Kaya konti lang yung
Konti lang
ating
po. Ayan.
ilalagay na tubig.
Ayun. Ma'am, pakihiwa na lang po ang ating mga ornamental plants. Oregano po. Ayan po.
Ang oregano ay mayaman sa source of dietary fiber na nagkokontrol ng ating blood cholesterol level. Tandaan po natin, panatilihin natin muli na sariwa at fresh ang ating oregano.
Habang hinihiwa mo yan, ma'am, ito naman sa akin kasi favorite ko talaga itong mint.
Okay, so
Wow.
mint,
Opo.
pampabango pa rin,
Pampabango po.
pandagdag ng appetizer.
Ayun, Ma'am Sem.
Ito naman ang basil. Ito ay source of vitamin A which help act as protective scavengers. Ito po ba ay madali lang hanapin?
Madali lang din hanapin to. Saka ito, mga mommies, daddies, tumutubo rin to sa low-lying areas.
Oh.
Ito po, ang basil leaf.
Okay,
Ito po.
basil leaf.
Opo, ayan po. Pwede rin po natin kaining raw ito kasi hinahalo po to sa mga salads, pizzas, ganoon po. Okay.
So, tama-tama lang na pang appetizer sa ating lulutuin
Ayun.
ngayon.
Sunod na po natin ang ating button mushrooms. Opo.
Okay.
Yun po, Ma'am Sem. Then, isunod na po natin ang ating mga basil and our mint
Mint.
leaves. Ayan po.
Okay.
Para maging mabango po yung ating niluluto.
Ang ganda na ng kulay.
Po, Ma'am Sem.
Kompleto ah. May orange, may
Okay.
green, may white,
Ayun.
at meron din dark green. So, unique na yung kulay ng ating
Tama
lulutuin
po.
ngayon.
Tama tayo dyan, Ma'am Sem. Ito na po ang ating French beans.
So, increases hemoglobin count, improves eyesight, good diet for those with diabetes, reduces inflammation of joints caused of rheumatoid arthritis.
Yun.
So, the best talaga ang beans.
Opo.
So, manatiling kumain ng mga sariwang gulay. At kung maaari pa nga, ay hindi na natin lutuin ng mabuti para sa ganun hindi mawala ang
Yun.
nutrients.
Healthy living, kung baga, Ma'am, di ba?
Okay, healthy
Dapat
living.
po tayo sa araw-araw. Ayun, iwas sakit. Ayun, di ba, Ma'am? Ayun.
At laging magaan ang katawan
Ayun.
natin na hindi
Opo,
tayo
tama po.
nahihirapan sa ating pagkilos. Okay. Ito naman pong chicharo o tinatawag nating sweet peas. Ito ay excellent source of folic acid, ascorbic acid, which helps body develop resistance against infectious agents.
Sunod na po natin yung ating
French beans
and
at chicharo.
ayun, Ma'am Sem.
Okay.
Ang galing mo na, Ma'am Sem, ngayon.
Oh, minimemorize ko na kasi pag minsan baka utusan mo kung bumili, di ko alam. Okay. Masarap na naman ang ating
Ayun.
putahe.
Tapos ito na po ang ating ating
Chicharo.
sweet peas. Opo,
Okay,
or
sweet
chicharo.
peas.
Ayan
Okay.
po. Ayun, Ma'am Sem.
Itong bell pepper na red,
Opo, ihuhuli na lang po natin to kasi gusto ko po pag siniserve ko yan, yung hindi luto.
Malutong-lutong pa.
Opo, hindi luto. Kasi
okay.
ang dami pong nagre-reklamo pag minsan, bakit daw lutong-luto itong hindi naman dapat daw pong lutuin. Ayan po.
Okay. So, masarap siyang kainin na malutong-lutong kasabay ng chicharo at French beans. So, yung bell pepper po, ay huwag natin kalimutan na ito ay mayaman sa amino acid, potassium, dietary fiber, omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids which helps lower the bad cholesterol.
Ayun. Ma'am, dinagdagan ko po ng ng konting salt.
Okay.
Ayun po. Okay, in a few minutes po, maluluto na po ang ating Baguio mushroom with green and red veggies. Ayan
Yes.
po. Okay.
Wow.
1 minute na lang po.
Okay.
Okay. Ayan po.
Naalala ko pag ako nagluluto ng ganyan, parang mini chapsuy yan or iba pa rin.
Kung ako, ma'am, pwede po nating lagyan ng yung sinasabi nilang malunggay pansit.
Paano yung malunggay pansit?
Yung dinadry po nila yung yung malunggay tapos hinahaluan po nila ng...
Oh, so yung mga kanton na made of
Ayun po.
malunggay.
Okay.
Okay, ang ingredients niya ay malunggay.
Pwede po nating sahugan ng pansit.
Oh, the
Yan,
best.
opo.
Oh, so lalong kumpleto ang
Okay,
ating
Ma'am
menu
Sem,
pag ganun.
pwede na po nating ilagay itong ating... Ito na po ang ating nalutong gulay. Wow!
Baguio mushrooms with green and red veggies.
Ayun, Ma'am Sem.
Yan.
Ayun.
So, lalagyan pa po ba natin yan ng garnish?
Opo. Parang i-garnish na lang po natin itong ating red bell
Bell
pepper
pepper.
para maganda po yung kulay niya.
Okay.
Ayan, ganyan lang po natin, Ma'am Sem.
So, kumpleto na ang
Ayun.
kulay
Yan po
ng
ang
ating gulay.
Ayun. Okay, our finished product, Baguio mushrooms with green veggies. Ayan po. Ayan, Ma'am Sem. Talagang takam na takam ka na.
Yes.
Ayun. Saan na kayong kutsara ko ba? Ma'am Sem, tinago niyo yung kutsara ko, ha?
Hindi. Meron ka. Ayan.
Ayun, Ma'am Sem. Unahan ko na kayong tumikim, Ma'am.
Ikaw na una ngayon. Sige, susunod na lang ako.
Ayun. Nanunuot yung lasa ng ating vegetarian stir-fry sauce, di ba, Ma'am? Saka yung mga mint and oregano.
Okay, para po sa ating mga sumusubaybay, ito po ang recap of ingredients and procedures.
Ayan po. 4 tablespoons of vegetarian stir-fry sauce, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 cloves of garlic, a pinch of salt and pepper, French beans, 1.5 onion, sweet peas, 250 grams of young corn, 1 medium bell pepper, 1.5 carrot, 1 tablespoon oregano, and basil leaf. Shiitake mushrooms, oyster mushrooms, and our button mushrooms. Ayan po, Ma'am.
Okay, muli po ay pasalamatan natin ang Panginoon. Kaya po tayo ay yuyuko para sa ating panalangin. Lubos po ang aming pasasalamat, Ama, sa inyong pamatnubay sa aming ginawang pagluluto ngayong umaga. Nawa po ay pagpalain kami, lalong higit ang aming pamilya, na mahandaan namin sila ng ayon sa inyong kalooban at manatiling malusog ang bawat isa sa amin. Ito po ang aming dalangin sa pangalan ni Jesus.
Amen.
Okay, there you have it. Our Baguio mushrooms with green and red veggies. Napakagandang tingnan, and I hope na ang dish na niluto natin ngayon will help our moms and dads to encourage their youngs para kumain ng gulay. Hanggang sa muli po, samahan niyo po ulit kami sa masaya na namang pagluluto. Only here, where we learn how to cook intelligently, cooking smart.
Explosive evangelism, extraordinary growth, award-winning programming, miraculous distribution and audience growth. These are just a few of the ways to describe Hope Channel, your church's TV network. We've seen more and more and more of God's miraculous blessings poured out on Hope Channel, and these miracles are what make Hope Channel truly unique.
Evangelism is the real reason Hope Channel exists. Hope Channel has broadcast more than 200 major satellite net evangelistic events, and we've been blessed to see more than 2 million people come to Christ and be baptized and join God's remnant family.
Several times every year, we broadcast the most comprehensive TV documentary series available regarding the Sabbath and its history. And we haven't missed a very important topic, creation. Evangelistic series present all our doctrines. Hope Channel is faithfully proclaiming the vital Bible teachings for today.
Here at Hope Channel, we love great preaching and evangelism. But you know, it's our children, our youth, family, mission, health, and our documentary programs that give us more and more variety.
With 65 media centers producing programming around the world, Hope Channel increasingly represents more cultural diversity than it ever has.
We started with one channel, but today we have 10 full-time channels serving the globe. And soon we will add more new channels.
Our first channel started in Brazil in the Portuguese language. Then came the English channel, and now we have full-time channels in Portuguese, 2 in English, and 2 in Spanish, Romanian and German channels. In a recent net event, we broadcast in 12 languages. Shortly, we will start full-time separate satellite channels for Mandarin, Russian, Middle Eastern, and Indian languages.
Many of the 65 studios and media centers producing for Hope Channel have just recently come on board in the last several years. And most recently, the General Conference has supplied a new studio for our Hope Channel headquarters in Maryland. This just indicates the priority the church is placing on digital media to communicate the gospel.
Currently, we have contracts for broadcasting on 12 satellites. And we're negotiating for contracts on more satellites. More than 400 church-owned TV stations are now part of the network. Hundreds of cable networks broadcast Hope Channel every day.
We currently use 16 C-band and KU-band satellite footprints to proclaim the 3 angels' messages, and soon we will add more footprints.
Our distribution satellites have recently been reconfigured to deliver Hope Channel TV and up to 7 radio channels. This is to provide network feeds for TV and now also full-time radio feeds. Combined with internet, this convergence of media empowers each local church to provide a full-time local Adventist media presence in their community. People can listen to Adventist radio, watch Adventist television, and respond via Adventist internet sites.
As the official television network of the World Church, we have lots of accountability. There's more accountability in our personnel, our programming, our travel and finances. They're all audited and carefully guided by the World Church. When you consider tens of thousands of equipped churches and homes, millions of pieces of Hope Channel advertising going around the world, and thousands of new programs featuring church members and their gifts, and you add to that the expansion of church-owned media centers and tens of thousands of people committing their lives to Christ and being baptized. Well, what do you get? I think they're all signs of increasing ownership by church leaders and members, millions of them, around the world.
Our mission is that everyone, everywhere can see
and hear the Adventist message through Hope Channel broadcasts.
Our big goal is to be the premier global Christian lifestyle TV channel with the largest audience in the world.
We intend to redefine Christian television with excellence in the variety of programming and having the largest global audience.
And some people might ask, why such a big goal? Well, Jesus gave us this goal when he said, "Go tell the world."
And we believe we must be thinking big and dream big plans for God.
We're not content to just preach to the choir. Our goal is to reach more than the masses of the 1040 window.
It is to go where no missionary can go.
And to reach hundreds of millions who've never heard the name of Jesus.
The consumer-driven societies that have tried to make God an agnostic, irrelevant question.
We believe God's remnant people will be a huge number composed from every nation.
And we intend to continue being the premier digital voice of the 3 angels pictured in Revelation 14, warning and inviting people to prepare for Jesus' second coming.
And with your partnership and God's expanding blessings, Hope Channel will reach these goals.
The expanded role of Hope Channel around the world necessitates more support from God's people. As this ministry expands to fulfill the mission of Jesus Christ, to take the gospel to every nation, kindred, tongue, and people, it necessitates even greater support than we've had before. Do you realize that through Hope Channel, the gospel is going to India, to China, to the former Soviet Union, and we have plans now to take it to the Arabic nations of the world. God is doing something to fulfill Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. This gospel of the kingdom will be preached in all the world as a witness to all nations, then the end shall come. That's why the General Conference is putting so many of its resources into the Hope Channel, because there's a deep commitment and passion to see Jesus' work finished now, you can be part of something big for God, something grand for God, something great for God. Why not allow the Holy Spirit to impress your heart to make a sacrifice financially so the gospel can go even more rapidly around the world through Hope Channel?
Have you ever wondered if all the money spent on television is worth it? How much impact can a television program really have? In the early 1970s, Pastor Henry Feyerabend was invited to work with the Portuguese-speaking community in Toronto, Canada. There were approximately 250,000 Portuguese-speaking people in that city, and at that time, there was no Adventist presence among them. God impressed Pastor Feyerabend to create a television program to reach this group. TV stations at that time did not focus on multicultural programming, and it was nearly impossible to get television airtime. But after much persistence, Pastor Feyerabend met a man that had purchased half an hour on television. Pastor Feyerabend pestered the man over and over again until he was finally offered 5 minutes on each program for the outrageous total of $4,000.
I think he gave him that price thinking that Pastor Henry would have walked out the door and said, "This is ludicrous." Henry said, "Where's the contract? Let me sign it." Walks out of the man's office. He's got this $4,000 contract he just signed. He's got 6 members in his church. He says, "You know what, this is ludicrous, this is ridiculous, this is crazy. Where am I gonna get the money to pay for this?" He says, "I better go back and tell this guy I made a huge mistake." But then he stops midway and he says, "But what if this door is being opened by God?" Anyway, he decides to head back to this little Ukrainian church that this Portuguese group was renting a room there. He goes to the mailbox as soon as he arrives at the church, and in the mailbox is a letter addressed to him personally. He thought that was kind of strange. He opens this envelope. Inside is a note from a friend he hadn't seen in 20 years. The gentleman's name was Dr. Edgar Latimer from Massachusetts. A little note in there simply said, "Henry, I thought you might need this. Enclosed is a $1,000 check."
By the end of the week, another $3,000 had come in. Now the entire series of telecasts could be completely paid for.
Now the focus began on, well, what am I going to do in 5 minutes? I mean, for those of you that do television, you know that 5 minutes on television, that's 140 words a minute, that's 700 words. It's not a lot of time.
After much thought and consideration, Pastor Feyerabend decided he would speak on the topic of prayer. Those first 5 minutes were live, and in the 700 words he spoke, he said, "Some people tell me God is dead, but I know He is alive because I just spoke to Him."
That resonated with his audience. The program comes to an end. Pastor Henry says, "If you're watching this program and you'd like to receive a Portuguese Bible, call the number that appears on the screen right now."
And after that telecast, we got 28 requests for Bible studies.
Among the 28 callers, there was a very special couple.
Well, that couple was my mom and my dad. My mother and father watched that very first program that Pastor Henry put on the air. My mom and dad called for the Bible. My mom and dad accepted the offer to study the Bible. And as a result, 16 people in my family are members of the Seventh-day Adventist Church today.
So, are television programs worth all the effort and investment? The answer for this family is clearly yes. Imagine if Pastor Feyerabend did not listen to God's instruction to record a television program. What if the generous donors never sent in the money? This whole story would have been very different. Pastor Bill Santos's family still watch the It Is Written programs.
And they watch and they see that their son is now the speaker on that program. You see, because I also speak on the Portuguese program. And so, you know, we have a tremendous opportunity with media and what the Hope Channel does and what the various television ministries do. I mean, God has given us this opportunity to penetrate into millions and millions and millions of homes. And television ministry is the means by which God is proclaiming His truth in these final days. I sincerely believe that with all my heart.